The famous neon palm tree has returned to light up the sky on Spadina, but don't get too excited yet. It's still months away from being open, but we learned some new details about the new and improved El Mocambo. So I want to play fact or fiction with you.
Okay, go ahead.
Did you have to get the building beside it?
You know, it just came fortuitously, and the gentleman who had the hot dog place before had somewhere else that he wanted to move to. So I figured, you know, since I'm going to do it, I'll take it a little bit earlier than I thought, but it's going to work out really great. Whether it's going to be part of the El Mocambo or a channel partner is going to have a clothing store, or maybe it's going to be something that's going to have some other benefits to the store, but it'll definitely be something that we're going to select to be a part of that whole kind of theme here.
When I spoke to you about a year ago, there was rumors that you might build a recording studio in there. Is that still possible? Okay.
That is true. It'll be a great studio. So we have Clifton David Broadbridge, who's been orchestrating the studio under the efforts of Eddie Kramer, legendary producer. So we have other people that are going to be surrounded as well. We're trying to stay as vanilla as we can and be kind of Switzerland, where we're going to be open to all different labels, even though we have an El Mocambo there, which our first signing was 5440.
Every time I look at you, I go blind.
5440 used to play at the El Mocambo a lot back in the day, and when Michael Weckerly started the record label, he didn't really want anybody except for 5440. But I think it's really cool that that venue could be the recording studio, so you can go in there, you can actually record a live record in there and mix and master it upstairs and then just re-release it and release it downstairs. I think it's an amazing opportunity for bands to get your one-stop shop at the record label.
And one more little thing I might have heard is that you possibly would record live concerts in here.
Yes, we will, and stream live concerts.
Now, as for the original sign, it will be split in two and on both sides of the stage. Just ahead on City News, the legendary band they're hoping will perform at the grand opening of the El Mocambo. We've seen music venue after music venue close in Toronto, but there's a neon palm tree back in the sky that's bringing hope back to the Toronto music scene. Do you think it's kind of the perfect storm, though? Massey Hall's under construction for another venue and for people to come and see shows here in the city?
Yeah, you know, I think that is perfect because, you know, we've lost a lot. There's a lot of history here for a lot of people.
You know, back in 1977 when the Rolling Stones performed at the El Mocambo, what it did was not give them just a live album. What it did was it allowed bands who couldn't play the larger venues, the more smaller arenas, a chance to play, especially when they've kind of grown outside of the club area. So that's where you end up with Elvis Costello and Blondie and Devo and all of these international acts having a place to play. In a city like Toronto, we kind of miss a venue now that can hold 500 to 600 people, and that's exactly what the El Mocambo does, and especially one that's still standing and still historic as the El Mocambo. It means something to be able to play there.
As we told you earlier, the new El Mocambo will have a recording studio, a restaurant, and a whole bunch of other goodies. But just ahead on City News, a new venture that may involve Banksy. The El Mocambo has its iconic sign back, and it's still months away from being open, but tonight we've learned exclusive details about a piece of real estate they're hoping to take over to be a part of the new club.
We're going to create El Mocambo Lane. El Mocambo Lane is going to be, you know, very similar to what they have at a club in Australia called the Cherry Bar. It's called AC/DC Lane, and they have live venues, but... And if you're really going to think, I do believe there's a Banksy there too as well. They must have gone through the exhibit. So if you have a few seconds, we'll walk around the back.
You know what? Can we do it now?
Yeah, let's do it right now.
Let's go.
Right through here. We're doing a little tour here, guys. Take a picture of this. It'll be partially a VIP entrance. It'll be partially an egress plus an entrance for band members. But we thought because of the artistry is already there, everything that's there was left here, is that it's all graffiti. This is what we're going to name El Mocambo Lane. We'll give that a parking ticket.
Yeah.
But if you can see here, this is all of it here, so it's kind of a cool vibe as you walk down. This is the back. It'll be all covered up with graffiti. And if you look at that, that came here about 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. And I'd say that looks like a Banksy to me. But again, I don't know, but it does look like one to me.
I know the question you're all wondering, when is it going to open? Well, they're hoping for April of 2019, and the band they're hoping that does the grand opening is the legendary Rolling Stones. You may think that's far-fetched, but the Stones are rumored to be going on a North American tour in 2019. And after all, they did perform Love You Live, that live album back in 1977 in the El Mocambo.